Welcome to the class today. How are you today? Are you good now? Do you feel blue now? Blue? Blue is not xanh dương. Um, blue. So you feel blue. It means like you feel sad or moody, something like that. Okay. So you're good now, right? Mm. Okay. So are you ready for the class today? Yes? Yes. So we're gonna start now. So here we go. Okay. So before we start the class, I could have a warm-up question for you. So it's about to Tet holiday, right? So what could you receive on Tet holiday? Can anyone guess? Oh yeah, you could receive lucky money, right? Yes? Okay, so now imagine that you have like 3 millions of lucky money. Uh, yeah, 3 million Việt Nam đồng. Yeah, Việt Nam đồng. And what could you do with that money? You give to your mom? No, no, no. So now, if you can keep that money, what would you do with that? Like, what would you buy? Hoa, buy new clothes? Of course, yeah. Okay. And Ming, what about you? Books? Are you sure? Oh, can I trust you? Okay. Okay. And Chi, what about you? What could you buy with 3 millions Việt Nam đồng? A new shoes. Hmm, makes sense. Okay. Okay, good job. So now we move to the review part. So we have learned been and gone in our last lesson. So now I could ask you a question that has been. Mm. So I could ask one of you one question. You need to answer my question, and then you need to ask another question for the next person. So for example, if I ask Hoa now, after you answer my question, you would have to make another question using been or gone for Chi or Ming. And then you would continue. Got it? Yeah? Okay. Okay. So, Hoa, um, have you been to Hạ Long Bay? Not yet? Okay, good job. Can you make another question for Chi or Ming? Mm, good job. Okay, really good. So now I could have another question for you guys. So, what kinds of clothes do you like wearing? Like casual clothes or smart clothes? Okay, Ming? Ah, casual clothes. Like what? Shirts? Uh, t-shirts? Shorts? Mm. Okay, what about you, Hoa? Dress? Ah, okay. Why? Oh, yeah, okay. Good job. So now we could move to the new lesson. So for the lesson today, you would learn writing skill, and it's still related to the topic of this unit, shopping. Shop till you drop. Okay, and the objective of the class today, you would learn to use the present perfect tense. And then you also learn to write a story. So be creative. So we start with the first part, the grammar part. Okay, now look at these examples and answer my questions. So what are the words in bold have in common? Do you remember? Have some things in common. What does this mean? So for example, I can say like, I and my best friend have a lot of things in common. Yeah, right. So it's mean like have the same thing, like things that are the same, right? Yeah. So now look at these examples. So what are the same things about these words in bold? Oh, yeah. So they have or has, and then the verb, right? Good job. So did these actions in sentence happen? Like, did they happen in the past? Yeah, like I've been to every shop in Birmingham. Ah, yeah, so they happen in the past, right? Good job. And do you know what tense the verbs are in? Is it past simple tense? Why? Oh, yeah, it seems like not, right? Mm, okay. Okay, really good. So, Ming, can you help me read example number 1 and 4? Okay, so say this again. Bought, bought. Mm, haven't, haven't. Okay, very good. Okay, so now, so when we could use the present perfect tense. So for example, I can say it like, mm, I have lived in Da Nang for 3 years. Okay, so that means I started living in Da Nang 3 years ago, right? And then up until now, I still live in Da Nang. So mm, does the action happen in the past? Yeah, right. So the present perfect tense would talk about the experience in the past. Yeah, and there's the result link to the present. Yeah, all right. So it's linked to the present. So for example, here you can see some example here. So we've spent all our money. So it's mean like we spent we started spending in the past. But then now, like because of that, we haven't got any money now. We run out money now. Yeah. Or we haven't eaten lunch and now it's already afternoon. So we feel hungry, right? So it's like lunch is something in the past, but then because of that, we feel hungry now at the present. You got it? Okay, really good. And then now look at the form. So can you tell me the difference between the subject I, you, we, they and he, she, it? What's the difference with the verb? Okay, Hóa. Yeah, all right. So I, you, we, they could go with have and the verb, right? Yeah, and then he, she, it could go with what? Yeah, he, she, it could go with has. And then same with the question. You just need to put have in the beginning of the sentence. Have and has. Yeah, and for the verb, there's something you need to notice. So here we have two types of verbs. We have regular verbs and then irregular verbs. So for regular verbs, how could you change the form of the verb? Yeah. So it's the same with past simple, the past simple tense, right? So we just need to add what? Yeah, right. We just need to add ed, ed. Mm. So can you give me some more example? Yeah. So we have watch, right? What else? Learn. Really good. Happen. Yeah, good job. And then for irregular verb, what about this? Yeah, so some could be the same, right? So like past simple and past participle could be the same, but then there are also some verbs that are different, like break, broke, broken. So can you give me some more example, Ming? Stole, steal, stole, and the third one could be all right, stolen. Okay, good job. What else? What else? What else? Okay, really good. Good job. So now, can you give me one example? Person. Oh, okay. So you have lived in Hanoi for 10 years? Uh-huh. So your parents moved to Hanoi when you were 3? Oh, okay. Got it. Got it. Hmm. And Ming, what about you? Make an example. Ah, you haven't visited Nha Trang? Hmm. Me too. I haven't been to Nha Trang. Hmm. Okay. And Chi, can you make an example as well? So this time, can you make a question and you ask Hoa or Ming? Have you eaten dinner? Okay. So Hoa, you answer the question. Ah, you have had dinner already. Okay, really good. Okay, so next, you would do this one. You would complete the sentence with the present perfect form of the verbs. Okay, so I could give you 4 minutes to do this exercise. All right, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Come back, come back. Okay, so number one, really good. Okay, so have you won any competitions? Oh, really? You know how to play chess? Wow. Okay. You must be really smart because chess, yeah, I don't know how to play chess. Okay. So number two, huh? Oh, okay. Um, have your grandparents bought anything online? No? Ah, they don't know how to use the internet. You can show them. Oh, okay. Next, number four. What? So have you ever borrowed any money from your friends? No? That's good. Yeah, we shouldn't be in debt. Hmm. Okay, number six. Have an argument. Do you know what does this mean? Yeah, all right, really good. So, have you had any argument with someone recently? Uh-huh. Okay, so you like peace, so you don't want to make any argument. But it's good to debate, right? Ah, okay. Makes sense. Yeah. So next, we could move to the writing part. So for this part, you could write a story. Yeah, like I tell you before, you could create a story yourself. So before you write, please make sure that there's a beginning, middle, and end. Then you also need to use interesting verbs to describe the actions of the story. Mm. Make it as interesting as possible because it's a story, right? Yeah. And then you also need to use time, adverbs, and phrase to describe when things happened. Yeah, okay, so Ming, can you help me read this phrase? Okay, so suddenly, what does this mean? Suddenly. Oh, good job. Yeah, really good. Okay, so now I have another requirement. So your story must begin with one of these sentences. So you see? Okay, so Hoa, help me read the first one. Yeah, so my dad handed me a big bag from a department store. Handed, yeah, handed. Yeah, right. Okay, number two, Chi. Oh, okay, good job. So, saw the special offer. So it's like 50% discount, sale off. Okay, yeah, all right. So number three, Ming. Okay, so who is the security guard? This man is a security guard. Ah, yeah, right. Okay, good job. So now I go spin the name. Here we go. Okay, so I go spin the name and who are chosen. You would have the chance to choose a sentence that you want to start your own story. Okay, so I got spin. Who is chosen? Ai là người được chọn? Okay, so Hoa, you can choose the sentence that you want to start the story with. Which one? Number one? Hmm. Okay. Next. So Hoa. I omit the name Hoa. Okay, so now Ming and Chi. Who's next? Okay, so Ming, you would be the one who choose the next. So you just have two options now. Two or three? Three? Okay. So T, you could choose, you could forced to choose the second one. Okay, so you could have 6 minutes to write this story. So remember these things. So remember the sentence that story would begin with. And then these tips. Uh, can Ming help me read again? Yeah, so there must be a beginning, middle, and end. Yes, and you need to use interesting verbs. And then you also need to use time and adverbs. Time adverbs to describe when things happened because it's a story, right? Oh, yeah, okay. So you will need to write about 100 words. Okay, so before you start writing, I would show you an example. Okay, so after you write, you need to tell the story to the whole class. So now we can practice reading this sample by like you try to express your emotion or change your voice, the speech when you speak, so that the story could become more interesting. Got it? Yeah, so for example, like this. Um, while I was leaving the shop, the security guard stopped me. Everyone was looking at me, and I felt very embarrassed. The guard asked me to follow him into her office. Then he asked, "Have you bought anything here today?" I felt so frightened that I couldn't remember. He asked me to open my bag and show him what was inside. As soon as I put my hand in my bag, I remembered. Yes, I replied. I bought a scarf for my mom. It's her birthday tomorrow. Uh, I'm sure I paid for it. Finally, I found the receipt in my purse. I was so happy. I almost hugged the guard. So that's how you should tell your story after you write it. Okay, so now I could give you 6 minutes to write your story, and then after that, you could have time to tell to the whole class. Okay, okay, time's up. It's time for you to tell the story. Okay, so who would tell the story first? Okay, so let's use the dice. Okay, so who get the high score could tell the story first. Okay, so Chi, I could click the dice. Yeah, you will be the first one. Oh, number one. Okay, so next one, second one, six. You must be the one who tell the story now. Okay, so Ming. Okay, so Hua, you could be the one who tell the story now. Okay, so that's it for the class today. So what have you learned in the class today? Can you tell me one thing that you find interesting in the class today that you would remember after this class finished? Mm, okay, thank you. So that's the end of the class today. So thank you so much and um, goodbye. See you later and good night. Bye bye.